Welcome to Dance Your Life podcast. My name is Joanna Vargas, the creator of Maxed Out Dance Competition. And today I get to talk to 664 in the Groove from Tijuana, Mexico. What up, everybody? Today we have about 12, 13 of their members. They're gorgeous.
Yes.
They're all have, some of them have tattoos, some of them have red hair.
Yes.
And they're all wearing their t-shirts. And we're going live right now on Facebook as well. And Sarai is their director along with David, right? David's the captain?
Yes.
I got to talk to Sarai on our Instagram live, and we had a lot of fun. We were talking about J-Lo. We were talking about halftime crying.
Selena.
Oh my God. And looking at their t-shirts, one of their family members designed it. Yeah, they're showing it up. And it has a bunch of the monuments from Tijuana. I just think it's great. Oh, so shout out to all the Mexicans out there. Hip hop is really big and urban dance is really big in Mexico. So Sarai, I'm going to start with you. How long has 664 been together?
We've been together since 2012 in October. Yes, we have almost like 8 years together.
8 years. Now, in the 8 years, there are a lot of the same members, or do you have a lot of new members as well?
We have a lot of new members right now. But like the OGs is like Alex, Jesus, Elizabeth, David, y Esme. They're like from the beginning.
Jesus, you're an old one? You're an oldie?
Yeah, I'm old.
He's old. He also is old. Of everybody.
He's the most older of the group.
Yeah, actually, Esme is like, or not the oldest one, but he's like
She is the oldest one.
You look more older than me.
The age ranges is from 35 till I think 19.
Whoa, 19 to 35.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sí, creo que sí.
Now, Esme, right? I'm going to ask Esme a question. Tell me about hip hop and urban dance in Mexico. How has it changed? What have you noticed? You know, what's really big in Mexico right now with dance?
Okay, creo que esa la tendré que responder en español.
Sí, adelante. She's going to answer in Spanish.
Okay.
Yes. Para mí, bueno, sí ha cambiado bastante. Digo yo que soy de las más grandes. I'm the most older in the group. I have 36 years old.
Okay. Looks young.
Yes. When I started dance hip hop, was different. I think more my goals was for my more commercial dance. Like I saw the movie Honey, so like the hip hop was more than
Jessica Alba. Okay.
Yes. And now I think it's more like with most hip hop is like separate, like the moves like popping, locking, house, breaking, more
Dance styles.
Dance styles. So va evolucionando. These are more changed.
It has evolved in time.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
Because we learn with the time pass, we learn more and more stuff. So I think.
Yeah, thank you for answering that, because I'm going to ask Alex the next one. Alex, do you think in Mexico there's a lot of genres that are pretty big? Because I see in Los Angeles it might be, gosh, they kind of blend them all together. But what I noticed from the teams from Mexico, they'll do different styles. Like here's our popping section, here's our whacking section, here's this. Is that really big in Mexico for dance?
Yeah, pretty much. There's a lot of communities, I think, in all of Mexico. It depends, I think, on states. I've seen more states focused on different styles, you know. The epicenter, I don't know if that's the word, but it's Mexico City, you know. It's the biggest community, I think, of dance, at least in Mexico. And that's pretty much in other competitions, that's where you mostly see all of those styles mixed together. You know, there's voguing, there's popping, there's breaking, there's all of those styles pretty much that's I think that's trademark of all the teams in Mexico City at least, or all of Mexico. You know, when you go to internationals and all of that, most of the teams focus on all those styles. No, instead of just focusing on one style or just choreography. So yeah, I think it's varied.
So interesting. So Mexico City is like, you think, the epicenter of dance in Mexico?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, it's the biggest. It's where they're the most concentrated.
Almost like Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's pretty much the Los Angeles of. It's pretty much the Los Angeles of Mexico. You can say that.
Does Mexico City, do they have a lot of dance studios over there?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of studios. A lot of studios.
Have any of you ever been there to study dance?
Yes.
Yeah, we've been to take classes, to compete, everything. But yeah.
Wow, interesting. Do they teach it in Spanish or do they teach it in English? Because like, do they have a lot of people that travel there?
Yeah, it's mostly in Spanish. It's mostly in Spanish. I haven't heard at least of a studio that teaches classes in English.
Interesting. Okay, now are there a lot of people that travel there to take, or is it mostly Mexicans that are there that are studying there?
I think it's mostly Mexicans.
Yeah. Mostly Mexicanos that are there. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's mostly that.
That'd be fun to go down there and take a dance class.
Yeah.
Listening, right?
Yeah, the community is really strong there. So yeah, there's a lot of really good teachers, and it's the Los Angeles of.
Yeah. Actually, the champions of the HH1, the HHI, ¿de qué año fue? El pasado, el antepasado.
2018.
Yeah, we have a HHI champion in Mexico City. So yes.
So that's pretty big.
Jukebox,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Jukebox. Shout out.
Shout out to Jukebox.
I'm gonna ask Jesus the next question here, but I've noticed that, like, well, I don't know if it's in maybe Mexico, but in LA or the United States right now, reggaeton is huge, and it's right, merging with rap.
¿Quién le pregunta?
Yes,
The father of reggaeton.
You see the rappers, they're rapping in Spanish. I just
Yes.
cool. So
With
Jesus,
flow.
yeah, right. What about reggaeton? How is that coming about? I mean, it's huge right now.
Yeah, I feel like it started as a social like music. So if you go to a party or any place in Mexico City or in the whole country, you're gonna hear reggaeton for sure. Like on a restaurant, on a bar or whatever, you're gonna hear reggaeton for sure. So for us, we're super like into listening to that and just like getting into a good mood. And then we started translating that, what reggaeton or the music that we're more familiar to, we started translating that to what we dance. Because you know how, like, I'm gonna talk for myself right now. So for me, I enjoy dancing to music on English, like R&B, hip hop, or whatever kind of music we use to dance. But I don't have the same feeling. It's not the same soul for me, because I feel my music on Spanish. I feel my reggaeton music, and I feel like all this Latin influence, and I feel it more like part of me. And I think that's something that influenced like the whole dance community in the country and also in South America, because now we're dancing a lot to that kind of music. We're just translating the same grooves and foundation to this kind of music and just giving it like that Latin sauce.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Jesus. I'm gonna ask Frida. So Frida, do you think the choreography is changing? Are you adding more Latin influence? And do you see that happening maybe, gosh, in the United States? They're gonna start adding some salsa to it, or who knows? I don't know. Because it's really big.
Changing a lot. I mean, here in Mexico, like all the choreographies, they're putting a lot of reggaeton in it. So and that's mostly big in here in Mexico, but in the United States, I haven't got the chance to really experience it, but I think it's changing too. I mean, I've never taken a class in the United States, so I don't really know.
Like, I don't think they're adding it yet, but I'm giving it a few more years. I'm like, watch, they're gonna start adding it. And
I mean,
the Latin flavor is gonna start coming in.
yeah,
right?
reggaeton is becoming really famous, so probably
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, I saw on TikTok everyone is dancing too.
Yes.
Reggaeton.
Do you, okay. Well, Sarai, now this might be totally left field, but I have a feeling that because of Super Bowl, that opened people's eyes that had never seen that before in their lives. Right? People in the Midwest in the United States had never seen that. And to us, we're like, yeah, that's no big deal. Do you think that played a big part on this big explosion?
Of course, I think each of every Super Bowl makes like a new topic trending on the music or on the shows on the all kind,
Yeah.
and I think that influenced also World Dance. The TV show, they have like accept like international dancers.
Yep.
And actually a friend of us, Connection, they were on World Dance and they were using to this kind of music. So I think they're showing like our Latin music and the people are again like, oh, I like it. I think I'm gonna use it. Also Bad Bunny and J Balvin, they are like international. So I think the people is liking like it like us.
I totally agree. Like, I think it started slowly with Zumba. It took a while. You know, Zumba,
With
like,
Daddy
it takes a while.
Yankee, Daddy
With Daddy.
Yankee, Daddy
Right?
Yankee and the
And then we're like, oh,
Jabberwockies.
I like this. You know?
Yes,
Oh
it's
yeah, that's
true.
true.
Pose,
Daddy Yankee and the
pose.
Jawwalkies.
Yeah, but we grew up dancing like that. So we're like, that's no big deal. But for people to start to move their bodies a little bit more, I think that's really awesome to be celebrated. Like, yay. Yeah. So that's why I think I cry when I saw Super Bowl, because it was like so many people were exposed to this flavor and this style. I just thought it was beautiful, especially when, you know, like Shakira came out. I was like, ah,
Shakira, Shakira.
So I'm going to go to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, tell me your favorite dance with 664. What's your favorite dance that you've done? Maybe a theme or a costume? Tell us about
Well,
that.
bring me bring me to the mind. Yeah, I said that we use in the wood in San Diego. It was the first time that we danced in the USA, I think so. And we know about that like a week before start the competition, like a 1 or 2 weeks, I don't know. And we start to make the ¿cómo se dice? Set. Make the set. For making the set, like from a week, and all the nights we are in the rehearsal together, and was most for the experience that we enjoy every moment. And because we use actually we use music of reggaeton and we have that Latin flavor in the scenery, so it was awesome and was a good experience because we have a good response about the public. So it was, yes, it's like I think there was. And another when we go to Mexico, because was another experience super different, because was like the double, the triple of the person that we used it to be. And it's like another type,
first mega crew.
Yeah, our first mega crew, and was like another experience, another country, and it was like a yeah.
No, Alex lloró.
You know.
Yeah, it was two different experience, but I think the both are my top, because they have lo suyo, their years. I don't know.
Their own thing.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you. Gracias. I'm going to go to Marcia. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yeah. How long have you been dancing?
Marcy.
Well, I danced since I was 5, but I started dancing jazz till I was like 20, and then I started dancing street funk, and then like when I was 23, I guess, I started dancing hip hop, or the styles that C64 because I auditioned.
Yeah, you auditioned for
Yeah, for C64 in 2018, and I am here since then, and I love this. my favorite space.
That's your favorite? Yeah, more than jazz.
Yeah. But well, the jazz it helps for another styles like walking and vogue, because the lines and the feeling, the persona, it's similar, so it helps my background.
Got it. Okay, okay, yeah, thank you.
I'm sure with the jazz too.
Yeah. That's great. Isabel, we're gonna go to you. She has I love her red hair.
Yay!
Red or pink. And
she has a lot of color.
Yeah, the blue background. Yes. Isabel, how long have you been dancing? And I'm assuming you've been to the United States before, right? And if so, what's your favorite part? So how long have you been dancing? What's your favorite part?
Okay. Help.
Si quieres, respóndelo en español y te lo traducimos. Sí, te pregunto.
Pero me puede, ajá.
¿Cuándo empezaste a bailar?
Ajá. ¿Cuándo empezaste a bailar y si has tomado clases en Estados Unidos?
Ajá.
Ok. Yo empecé a bailar a los 4 años y hasta ahora no he tenido la oportunidad de tomar clases en Estados Unidos. Creo que hasta ahora mi mayor suerte ha sido poder bailar, competir allá, pero hasta ahora no he tenido la oportunidad de tomar una clase. Sin embargo, la anhelo mucho.
She says she started dancing when she was 4, and she hasn't had the opportunity to take a class on the U.S., but she's proud that she could compete on Maxed Out, that she could compete on the United States. So that's what she said.
That's so awesome. Yes. Oh, I love that. And I love, God, I got to work on my Spanish. Okay. I love it. It's so sexy too. Pablo, let's go to Pablo next. And Pablo, have you been to the United States?
Yeah.
What parts?
Well, I've been to San Diego and Los Angeles.
Ooh, and anything in LA that you've been to? What did you see?
Well, I've gone several times as a tourist with my parents, but literally the one time that I really enjoyed was when we went to Maxed Out to compete on October. Because it was on November. November.
Yeah, November.
Yeah.
In February.
And I was blown away watching all of the teams and all their talent and creativity and everything that they come up to, and it's I think that's one of the experiences that has left a mark on me, because it was so mind-blowing just to be there. So definitely that's been my favorite experience up until now.
Pablo, I love that. That's awesome. Yes. I'm going to ask David a question. David.
Go, David.
Hi.
What do you think is the biggest difference between choreography from the United States or maybe anywhere else and then from Mexico?
Ok, me lo traducen. Yo siento que, como dijo Alex hace rato, o sea, es como depende del lugar, porque por ejemplo en México y todo lo que es el área de, no sé, Chihuahua, Guadalajara, no sé, todo lo que es el área de allá de México, pues como que mantienen el mismo estilo. Y yo siempre lo he dicho y lo voy a defender, como que Tijuana tiene un estilo muy diferente porque tenemos mucha influencia del baile o de los coreógrafos del otro lado, de San Diego, de Los Ángeles, y tenemos mucho lo que es como el sabor latino de lo que es, ahora sí que nuestras raíces, ¿no?
Estamos en la frontera.
Vamos a Ciudad de México y llegamos a tomar clases o a competir, es como que siento que Baja California, bueno, Tijuana en especial, tiene como un estilo único, o sea, en cada bailarín, o sea, no solamente 664, sino todos los bailarines de Tijuana como que tienen ese estilo único, que es como una influencia de lo que es Estados Unidos y de lo que es México. Entonces, hay muchísima diferencia. Alex, yes.
No, sí lo entiende.
Well, that's a lot of things to process. No, okay. He pretty much said that in Mexico it varies, depends on the area. You know, it depends on the state. You know, every state has its own style. Because he's like he said in Guadalajara, Chihuahua, they have like their unique style. But he says that in Baja California, or at least in Tijuana, it has like its own unique style. You know, you can really separate it from the rest of the country because we're a border. You know, we're exposed. We're really close with the community, with San Diego, Los Angeles, all of that. And yeah, it's like a mix, you know, because we have like that Latin flavor, and we have also that influence from the culture in the United States. So that's pretty much the point. Yeah.
And the best food, the best tacos.
Oh yeah, the best tacos.
Yeah. My dad.
Okay, let's talk about that.
I'm getting hungry right now.
Yeah, me too.
Well, in Tijuana we have the best tacos.
Yes.
My dad makes the best tacos.
Okay, I want some tacos from your dad. Oh my God, I'm getting hungry. Yeah, they asked me, "What's your favorite food?" I go, "Tacos." Tacos.
Yeah, tacos definitely.
Well, okay. Whoever wants to answer this right now with the quarantine, and we haven't been able to be together, you know, for the past couple months. How are you all staying connected? How are you dancing? Who would like to answer that?
No, ¿quién quiere hablar? ¿Quién quiere hablarlo? ¿Quién quiere expresarlo? Dale, Jesucito.
Okay, I'm going. So we're basically, at first we were a little bit confused. I think like the whole world, we were like, is this for real? Like, we're gonna stop, completely freeze everything.
Yeah.
But after like the first week or the second week, we started like checking like these options, like being through Zoom or making like this Google Meets, this kind of stuff. And yeah, we started doing it like that. Right now we translate the training to Instagram. We did like a private profile, so we can train with the team. This makes it more easier for us because the mirror thing, and also it's easier to connect your phone, and it's easier to connect, like if you're streaming to your TV or something. For us, it's been easier that way. And after that training on Instagram, we go on Zoom to solve some questions and to see each other dancing or doing what we were training on the training time.
Jesus, that's great. I have been talking to a lot of dancers, and that's the first time I've heard that. Because of the flipping with Zoom, it's hard, right?
Yeah.
But a private Instagram page, and you train them that way. I like that. Okay.
But you have to be careful with the
music.
with the music, with the policy. Policy?
I'm not sure I'm not sure how that's working, because I've been like playing some tracks while I'm live or something, and it doesn't happen to me. But when we started this new account for the training, as soon as we play something, the live stream cuts because of the copyright infringement.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instagram, if you're watching us, please let us.
We're trying to dance.
It's just for the training, please.
We don't want money for that.
Oh, that's funny. I wonder if it's you have so many fans, you could do something, and if you can't, who knows? Yeah, Instagram is interesting that way.
Yes.
Sarai, what's the biggest thing you've learned in the last couple months?
I think I learned that we've been like as a team, we were on the real terms in the present time. We were like just working on a set, on a training, just like physically. And we needed this time to talk with each other, to talk about another themes, another topics, and have like this time of conversation with our teammates. Because before we were just like, let's go to training, and okay, we finished the rehearsal, bye-bye. And we see you next week. We chat, we talk on chat. And right now we have one day on Fridays that we only put the Zoom talk and talk about a topic. I gave them a movie to see, to watch, an interview or something like that, to talk and work like the knowledge of us, because everyone is so intelligent and they so smart and they have a lot to say. So I think I have learned that we needed that.
I like that. Give me one movie that you've given them to watch.
I only gave them one. I'm gonna give it another one next week. But it was Titans, Duels of Titan. ¿Cómo se llama en inglés? It's with Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
It's about the football Titans.
Yeah, it's actually like a topic right now because this like BLM move. And
yeah, it's a football about a team, football team.
Football team.
Yes. Okay, and they kind of, it's a true story, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah. Okay. Well, how about in Mexico? How is the Black Lives Matter movement? Is that translating over there? What's going on in that part of the world?
¿Quién quiere
okay,
decir? ¿Pablo? ¿Quién quiere decir?
Pablo?
¿O quién quiere ir?
Oh,
¿Alguien?
I'm going in.
Okay. Curious.
So at first, so everything over here is a little bit weird on that aspect, because you know how on the United States, well, on the dance community also, you have like the move, like the Black Lives Matter move, like by itself, but then this awake like a lot of different topics on the dance scene.
Yeah.
So for us, all of that gets here a little bit later, like all the information, because you know, like everything's over there and everything's happening over there, and like the actual problem is happening on over there. And I'm not saying that it's not a problem for the whole world, but like the center of this is going on over there. But for us, at first, it was like okay, we know that there's racism, and we being on TJ and crossing the border like every week or whatever, we get to see it and we get to be familiar with it. So for us in TJ, it was like just trying to know what were happening, what was going on, and what was like the move about, like the whole thing, because we started seeing that there was like riots, and then we started seeing like the riots were not from the people that were like doing the how do you say marches?
Protesting?
Yeah, protesting. And for us, it's a little bit confusing because we're not actually there, and we're getting the information from second or third hand, like on the news.
Or friends.
Like me by myself, I used to dance on Culture Shock San Diego, and I have some friends that are Black and they're from the community and they're on the protests and they're like on the whole move. So I prefer to stop watching the news and just go and ask them like straight to them, because that way I was more informed about what to do and which were the best way to support and to be present, instead of listening to the news, which I don't really know if they're like the true in fact. So yeah, basically like we're a little bit one step behind of the information, but us being on TJ, we're a little bit closer of the information because we actually know some people that is living this whole thing.
Jesus, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, just to get a different perspective from another part of the world, because I'm in LA and this was the heart. I mean, we've had the riots since the 60s, the 90s, and then now they just keep repeating themselves. Los Angeles is just like the hub. Yeah, and then being in it is different than talking to somebody that's watching it from the outside. And I like how you said it's a couple days late, and how you talk to your friends from Culture Shock San Diego to go, hey, help me understand. I appreciate that. Yeah. Moving forward, or maybe Pablo, how do you think 664 is going to look and feel different when you come back together? Do you think your choreography is going to change, especially with Sarai talking about how you've been talking more about intellectual things? Do you think you're going to dance differently together?
Yeah, I definitely think that we are going to be like more united, and that our style of choreography is going to be a little bit more informed, because we've been training like on foundation. And also with this time during quarantine, well, we've like Sarai said a while ago, we're like taking a kind of a slow pace on our training and taking like a look into ourselves and like not only focusing on, oh, okay, let's do a choreography and perfect it for a competition and let's go and dance just like that. It's a little bit more developing into our internal dancing. And I think that's going to really show on our next projects.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Yeah, and then Alex or anybody wants to jump in. Do you think that the choreography overall is going to change when we come back? Like, I'm excited to see all the dance crews and how they're going to look different after this, right? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're all hungry, you know, we all just want to get back into our routine back again. I think this time it's been a space for us to, you know, exploit our creativity. You know, I think we have a lot of ideas, we have a lot of projects we want to do. So once we can get back to work in person, you know, to train in person, it's going to be incredible. You know, I think we're going to see a lot of things that are going to be like, whoa, how did this happen? You know, and it's because
we're going to be flying.
Yeah, exactly. And it's because most of us didn't have the time to just stop and think and just, you know, we were just going like at it, you know, like training. And maybe we needed this time, you know, to stop and think about what are we going to do, what we can create, what we can exploit, all that things. So yeah, I'm really excited about what are we going to see once we get back to normal, if you can say that. But yeah, I think it's incredible. I'm really excited.
Couldn't agree more. I'm so excited to see what people are going to create. It's going to feel like a whole new dance world.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
definitely.
Yeah. Well, any shout outs you want to give as we wrap this up? Anything on your heart that you want to say?
¿Algo que quieran decir o expresar, chicos?
Well, I want to give a big shout out to all the community in Mexico, you know, all our teams that are like brothers, you know, Tequila Movement, they've been over here, Monster Crew, Beat the Beat, Gravity, Beat the Beat,
all of them.
all of them, yeah, I can spend like a half hour like mentioning them, but yeah, big shout out to all of them. But this time we've actually been trying to get close with all of our teams that we're brothers, you know, in the community, to just strengthen that bond, you know, because sometimes we're so focused on competing, on training, that we don't get to spend time with each other. So yeah, we've been trying to connect with all of the community all around us, so we can, you know, bond a little bit better. So yeah, a big shout out to all the community in Tijuana, Baja California, and yeah.
Sí.
I'm learning so much. This is so great. And I hope everybody else is learning, and we could talk to all countries and see how it's different and just learn, like Jesus was saying, just learn by asking, right? I think that's really cool. Any other shout outs?
¿Alguien más? David, Esme, Pablo.
Yes.
Shout out to Maxed Out.
Yeah, shout out to Maxed Out.
Shout out to Maxed Out.
Yeah, thank you,
Yes.
Joanna, for creating this.
Yeah.
I know firsthand how hard it is to create something like this, and opening this kind of spaces to spread information and to connect with other people from different parts, either from your country or from different countries like us, is giving us an opportunity to know more. And I think this is all about like knowing more people, knowing more about dance, knowing more about information, getting like these educational spaces too, like learning about what's happening on the world and what's happening with other people that are fighting the same fight like us, like trying to dance and trying to do something that feeds our soul. This is all about. And this space is like Maxed Out Dance Competition, and this kind of like Zoom live streams give us like that chance of get more of that. So thank you for that. And yeah, shout out to all my people, shout out to all my teammates, and yeah, thank you for this.
Thanks. Yes. What a gift, right? And so many blessings have come out of this, and this is one. I have been able to talk to so many phenomenal people, and everybody's story is so different yet so similar and the same. You are all so beautiful. I appreciate you. And like Jesus says, to learn from them themselves rather than going to the news, and to talk to other dancers and see, how do you do it? And how do you do it? And how do you do it? And you put it all together and go, what are we going to create? I'm so grateful, and I appreciate you all. And Sarai, where can everybody find you on Instagram or YouTube? Where can they find 664 in the Groove?
You can find it everywhere.
That's it.
It's gonna be near you. No, you can find us on Instagram as 664 in the Groove. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. We don't have Twitter yet, and we have TikTok. We only have one TikTok.
Yeah, we only have one TikTok because
it's so funny. Yeah, you can you can follow also Group Star. That is our clothing line, and yes, you can find out there. We have we had just recently online battles, so we are working on more events, more stuff, so you can follow us and enjoy it. We also have
MySpace.
And MySpace, we don't have MySpace. But yes, you can follow there.
Yeah, that was a good one. It says Groove Style?
Groove Style.
Yeah,
Groove.
All together.
Style. Yeah.
All right, I'm writing that down.
I want to make a shout out. I'm always speak a lot. Yeah, I want to approach this time and make a shout out to all my teammates, to all the teams from the members of 664, because they've been so amazing these hard times. They've been working a lot. They've been so patient. And we have a council team that is Jesus, Alex, David, and Elizabeth, and also Marcia. And we've been working so hard to keep the team together. So I want to shout out to them and to the people that couldn't be here today, and thank them, and David, he's been the captain. Everyone has been wonderful work, and I want to thank them first for all this time, and that we're gonna get through this, and we're be stronger. And I love them. Thank to you.
Thank you.
And I miss them.
Follow them on Instagram everywhere but Twitter. For one video on TikTok.
Yes.
And tag them after you watch this. Tag us on Instagram and let us know what your takeaways are. We appreciate you all. And until next time.
6-6.
Yeah.